Hi guys, I'm Gary, M0TIG. I promised that we'd follow up with the KIWI SDR actually running. I'm going to show you how to connect it up now, and we'll crack on and see what it does. Right, okay, this is, we've spoken, we did an overview of the video, and we spoke about what you get basically in the box, and this is, I promised I'd show you how this worked and connected together. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to take your Ethernet cable. Now we do have these in stock. If you need one, just let us know, and as I say, we can sort you a cable out. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take that and you're going to plug that into your router. Okay, now this is a switch before anyone spots that, but it's the same process. You just simply plug that into your router at home, and then you take your Ethernet cable and you simply plug it in the Ethernet port of the KIWI. Okay, the next thing is there's also an optional power supply. Now not everyone needs a power supply, but we do keep these in stock. Let us know if you need one at the time of the order. This comes with the 5.5 2.1 DC jack, which simply plugs in to the DC socket on the board. I do have one ready plugged in and ready to go. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect the supplied GPS antenna, and that quite simply goes on the port marked GPS with the 3.3 volt bias. So just simply screw that on like so, taking a bit of care. You know, obviously these are fairly exposed. Okay, and you can put that somewhere where it can see the sky. And then we're going to take our HF antenna, which is going from pretty much low frequency right the way up to 30 megs, and that just screws on the remaining SMA port. Now that is almost everything, and we then take our power supply and simply plug that in, and you'll notice, you can see that it's now doing some things. It's just starting up, and you can see the Ethernet port will start a little activity, and the BeagleBone will start doing its thing, and that's it. We're ready now to jump on the internet browser and see what it actually does. Okay, we connected up the KIWI SDR, and now we're actually going to just connect into the IP address via your web browser. This will work on Macs and PCs, Linux alike. It's no big stress where that's concerned. You quite simply, in your web browser, you just type KIWI SDR.local:8073, and that is the default gateway and access. Just click enter, and you'll notice that the KIWI SDR has a coloured little icon in the corner, and then this page will just pop up. Let's just turn that audio down just a smidge. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to close that bit down. And this is really the simplest interface really ever, but the really good thing with this is I said earlier in the earlier videos that you can actually share this with a community of users, and it really is good fun. You can have up to 4 users on each of the actual KIWIs, and that pretty much sums it up. It works in the usual way. You can actually connect, or you just tune in just by clicking on the waterfall. You can change the display by just clicking on over here. You can select different modes, either kicking in the spectrum analyzer across the top, and then with the waterfall. Along here you've actually got your different modes: LSB, USB, CW narrow, narrowband FM, all sorts of things there. And then you've also got some other controls as well, which you can muck around with, volume and other bits and pieces. Band selection is done via this drop down menu, but you can also use your zoom in wheel and zoom in and out from the screen. Frequencies can also be manually tuned in there, so if you wanted to tune to say 14,000, you can just dial it in and tune. It's very quick. You can zoom in, zoom out by using the buttons, and I'm not sure what that one will do. Oh, that one that really zooms in. But that's pretty much it really with that little bit. It's loads and loads of bits and pieces to play with. You've also got a gain control here, and you can either make a simple or a more advanced menu as well, just by clicking on the more button. You can instantly mute the audio by clicking on the mute button. Turn AGC on and off, and that's pretty much with that. There's also another page which you can log into, which sets up things like the web sharing and bits and pieces, and that again is the kiwisdr.local:8073/admin, and just click on that, wait for it to load, and then you get a series of pages just pop up, and you can then, well, the first one gives you the general status of the device. The next one enables either user controls or whether or not you want to share it on the web. You can restart the server, you can reboot the Beagle, and you can turn the Beagle on or off. You've got a configuration page where you can set the initial frequency. You can set waterfall, minimum, zoomed in, zoomed out, whichever you like. Initial modes, initial zooms, channel spacing, calibration of the waterfall, clocks, and all sorts of things. You can also set your ITU region web page. Now this one gives you lots of access really to the main. Well, actually, this one gives you, looks like your details which you set in there for your KIWI SDR web access, and which means you can then join this sdr.hu community, which you can either enable or you can display your KIWI SDR on sdr.hu just by clicking yes, and you can do all your details in there. If you just pop along here, you can actually see this is the listing, and here you can see everyone's KIWI SDR, and you can join in with this, and it's quite interesting to see what's actually around. At the moment there are 100 people listening, there are 110 receivers online, and yeah, great fun. So let's go back to the admin page. You can set up a DX list, updates. You can check for updates. We're running the latest software and it should tell us that. Your network. Now this is where you can set your standard port. By default it's 8073, and there it is there. You can change that to an open port on your computer if you wish. You can also set whether or not your KIWI is either a static IP or a DHCP served IP address. Probably best initially to leave it on DHCP unless you really know what you're doing. The next one gives you the GPS data, and you can see here we've actually found, it looks like it's seen some satellites at the moment, or at least one, and it's giving you the strength of that satellite. Now that antenna is sitting on the desk in front of me, so that's not going to give a great reception. We've also got a log file which you can read through, and it tells you if there are any errors and all that sort of stuff and what's gone on. Extensions, not really sure what this one does at the moment. You'd probably have to read through the manual on that one. And then obviously security, you can then set passwords and bits and pieces, and that pretty much sums it all up really. It just leaves you guys really to go and have a play. So I'm going to carry on now and work my way through this, and that pretty much sums it all up. Okay, well there we have it. It's up and running. I hope you enjoy. We have these things in stock. Let us know if you need power supply, any adapters, anything at the time of purchase. All next day delivery. Look forward to your order. Thanks for watching.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I think so. Yep, I am.
Okay,
I'm recording.
Do me a clap.
Right. One.
Okay. No. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, okay. In 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you understand and can see actually how it all went together. No, that's not very good, is it? Nah. Come on, how am I going to say this? What am I going to say?
There we have it. KIWI SDR. Now available from stock.
All right, okay, that's probably a good idea, isn't it? Okay, so in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, there basically we have it. No, that wasn't very good either, was it? No. Why do I add a word in? That's a bit weird. Fucking hell. Right.
I'll look away.
No, you don't have to look away. You're all right, mate. Okay, in 3, 2, 1.